sorry for the weird angle in the last video. I think the angle is now good again. Let me set it. I need to remember, I don't have a cameraman here, you know, I'm doing this all by myself. I need to remember that I need to switch the angles if I show you something on the microphone. But yeah, so just to repeat, we're going to do this now. So these two will be exchanged by something else, by something cheaper, but also something more fitting for the like place in the circuit. And these two here are going to be taken out, and I put sockets in for all of them. So let's do this, and let's see if I can do all of this without damaging shit. So first things first, we need sockets. So let's put that. Let's get all of the gear together that we need. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sockets. Okay, right. Let's have a look. I will also explain a little bit how to put in the sockets. You know, I'm doing this as an educational video, so maybe this can help someone to actually do one of these mods themselves. But someone obviously on the market is doing the mod. But I don't agree with like just putting 4 OPAs in there. And I also don't agree with like putting them in there and not putting sockets in there. That's not what I want out of this. I'm not sure. I mean, again, what is suspicious? I had one of these that was modded, and that one already had the price tag around 70. Now I have a second one that was modded around 70 as a price tag. Someone maybe has some kind of stash of these that he gotten for cheap, and now he mods them, or they're already modded and he sells them off. I actually need to look into my eBay and see if I bought all of these from the same person. So I'm kind of curious puppy, you know. So let's get the chips together. 1 second. Yes, that's, and I think that's, yes, here. Wait. 1 second. So these are the same, yes. And there's one in here, there's one in here. So I just need one of them. Come in. Come out. Come to Papa. Okay, let me place this under the microscope so you can see what we're putting in there. So let's get up there. So that's what we're putting into one of the sockets, a LF, or originally made by, what was the company? Oh, I don't remember. But this is an LF 353N, originally Fairchild. Sorry, Fairchild. Yeah, that was Fairchild, and Fairchild named it LM353N. And I found some advice on the interwebs to basically, let's keep those here because this is a cool case. We can store 2 of the OPAs in here, right? So, and now let me find the other one here, I think, right? Yes, found them. Okay. I also need one. It's this way. And then that's the next one. So LM833N. Or was it that one? That had, no, that's Wait a second. And also, is that the same company? I think, yeah, that's the same company. You can see that on the logo here, basically. So this we're also gonna keep. I have one more of these, and I have one more of these. So that's for the last unit. I bought already enough for everything, but you know, this isn't crap that I'm soldering out of here. And so this is a bonus of basically 40 euros. 4 chips, 4 Burr Brown. They cost 10 each. That's 40 euros. Including the fucking... And no, actually, wait a second. If you calculate that together, that tube costs also 30 euros. So that's 40, 30... We're already at 70. Brilliant. Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay, so we have all of the chips because we're just gonna reuse them. We're getting them out correctly. So, okay, let me quickly see. We have now everything. Okay. Right. So, let's get back down to the workspace. Alright. So these are the sockets, chips that we need to get out of there. So, and I'm gonna, because this stuff I potentially need just my hands for, so I'm gonna take all of these off. Maybe a little bit. I mean, is that high enough? Yeah, that's high enough. So we could potentially do it like this. Okay, dip, dip, dip. Dip, dip, dip. Yeah, dip, dip, dip. You come. I'm a little further away, so like this. Okay. So they're magnetic, obviously. So, all right. So, next thing. As I said in the desoldering video, the best thing for these things is to use a bit of solder that has a low melting point, around 130 or something degrees Celsius for this. And so I'm gonna mix the solder that's on there with a bit of flux. I'm gonna use this flux here, which is in this very shiny and cool. So let's put all of these flask with a brush. I like that. That's pretty cool to apply. Gonna make a bit of space because I'm always fucking around with like the cables from the soldering devices and so on and so on. So let's put this here. Let's do this. Okay. So that should be it. That should work. And now we can do our things. So actually, this is doing bullshit. So yeah, and now you need to remember where the chips were. Okay. Right. This. So here, and here. Yep. And then last one is here. So, and what we're gonna do now with that is basically what you would expect. We put flux on it. And now we add this type of solder. So for that, I'm basically taking my normal soldering iron. A bit of that, and then we add this to everything here. Yeah, you can already see that it's fucking around and doing weird shit. There, there. Alright, better. So, what I'm doing is basically, I'm putting a bit of the solder on it, and then I'm applying a bit of heat so it melts into each other. So both the old solder and this solder, basically. Okay. Alright. So, 1 second. I need... Yeah. Let's use this. Alright. Yeah, this all looks good. Yeah. So now there's an excess of solder on it, which is basically what I wanted. Okay. There. Okay. I can already feel the chip moving, basically. Like the little leg here. And that's a good sign. If the leg moves, that means the other side also has this type of solder mixture now on it. So. Yeah, this was a dirty one. Okay, now this flux dries in fast, so let's put some more on it. There. Yeah. There. Just to reiterate, and then let's continue. Dry soldering is not an option. Doesn't work. See, that would have been a bitchy one. Yeah, there. Okay. Okay. And again, dry. Already dry. Okay, so we now added all of the special low melting point soda onto the board. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't like the flux situation, so let's put some other flux onto it. Was it this or was it this one? I can't remember. I think it was this one. I always can't remember. We're gonna start here basically, and let's, well, here. Let's put this onto it. Yeah, I hate this shit. Wait a second. Let's not do that with this. Let's take this and apply the flux like this. That works better. Right there. Okay. Let's start. So for property soldering, I advise after long painful sessions of soldering out the others, basically buy yourself a desoldering gun like this. This is not nice else. Yes. Okay. Wait. Doesn't move. There's one. I can see it here. So. So what we're basically doing here is we're making desoldering as easy and as non-violent as possible with this. Because if you do violence with this, you just fuck up the circuit board and then you have to repair it. Okay. There. So what I'm basically doing is I'm adding another layer of the low melting point solder. So whatever was so obviously I couldn't suck up all of the solder. There was some underneath. So I'm basically adding more into the space we created right now, and we just basically remove it afterwards. So we want to basically mix the lower layer underneath what we sucked off again with the low melting point solder. Whoop. Sorry, up. Okay, wait a second. This is actually not needed, not for this board. Okay, come on. That looks better. I think this is still going to be a problem. So I think this is going to be one of those cases where we need to use the hot air gun. Okay, yeah, that could be. But it actually looks pretty clean. So let me show you what I created basically. So let's put that under the microscope, because you can see parts of what I'm doing here, but not really the details. So let's put it under the microscope so you can see what just happened here. Wait. So these are the soldering points. Where are they? Here's my finger. Here. Okay, I found them. There. Okay, let me... There. Okay, okay, there we go. And here you can... Yeah, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's go back up. So, now, let me show you where the problems are with what we just did. So, let's observe. So, okay, here is solder, here is solder, other side here and here, 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 and this one was the one because of that one I actually redid it, but it's a bit lower, but I didn't really got it, and now I don't think I'm going to waste my time here. I'm just gonna take it out using the hot air gun. So let's go back to the workspace. So again, this is a very delicate problem here. So yeah, I can already feel it coming a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. What I normally do is, wait a second, where's my toolie? So I have, out of times where I was still vaping, I smoked a long time, but I also vaped for a bit. To get off the nicotine, so I mixed less and less nicotine into my vape, and I still have my vaping coil kit here. So, and I'm gonna use this tool here. Maybe the one I already have. Okay, so this one we're not soldering with soldering chips, so I don't need that one. So this out of the way. Okay. Now for chips, you can basically do this. You get underneath, best maybe here. Try to. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna try to do here. Unfortunately, there is, what is that? I think a tantal capacitor. It's a bit in the way. yeah, that's in the way. So I don't like that. So maybe I'm pretty sure that there's actual like pliers to hold these, but okay. So complicated stuff, because first order of everything here is you need to do this in a safe way so you're not damaging stuff. Maybe this. So let me get some help from some friendly tool here. Careful, 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 careful. What's underneath here? Okay. Okay. Alright. Because what I want to do is basically pull on this while I'm holding the other side. Yes. So this is gonna take a moment. This just basically you need to be. And again, it's 10 euros that I have in my hand. If you want to be cost efficient, be careful with this shit. Could be running into trouble here because the guy pushes in the solder hard to the other side. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we'll get it. Actually, push, push. Oh yes, there we go. Beep. That's how you do this, okay? You need all of the fucking tools in the world. So wait a second. Yeah, let's not fuck this one up. First one. Okay. Alright. And also, let's go from the other side. Let's suck off the solder. Yeah. Alright. Now, let's go back up here and have a look to this side. One second. No, that was the tube here. This is it. A little further down. There. Alright? So this is what you wanna have in the end. Yeah? Even that is already damaged here. But we were careful enough. So another thing. You see this? White marking. This thing. Let's have a look at our sockets again. And at the chip that we just soldered out. So, first things first. So again we have, wait, where was it? No. Here. So U5 white marking. So this gives you the direction, because if I put this thing on top of it, you can see these sockets already have this type of little moon. Depends on what socket you have, and also the chips. If you put them on top, there, they have a marking like this. Let's have a look at where were the other chips. Here. Here, that's another one. Next to it. Marking. This is where this goes. This is the direction marking. And you have it on the board, so you don't need to ask yourself, hey, do I need this and that, and where's my service manual and stuff like that. So, but back to the workspace. Okay. Alright. So, now there is a little bit solder left on this here. So the thing that I'm gonna do is basically pull that down, because we're putting that into a socket, and you don't want anything to like block your way into the socket. No, that looks already good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then the other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm always gonna, because after something like that, stuff bends, you always wanna look if everything is angled the right way. So very timing wise, yeah, we have to hurry a little bit. So let's do this. Less talking, more desoldering. All right. Needs a second round, as always. As always. Oh, let's use this stuff here. I kind of like that more. Maybe I have to do a third video. Let's see. Could be we're running out of time here. Still same problems. I won't show you now. Again, there's still a bit of solder, specifically on here and here and here. So let's just do the same fucking thing. Which one was that? That one. Okay. Come again. Yeah, maybe we use this thing here. That could be better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pliers. Oh no. No, I got it. Oh wow. I had very briefly a moment of being scared, but let's have a look. No, I did it. I totally did it. Okay. Now, other side. The other side. This is Mr. Tantal, yeah? Okay. So, there we go. Here, stuff I broke last time. This, for example. So I basically had to solder something from here to here onto it and scrape off the color. Oh, like here, I guess. Quickly have a look at the other side. No, this way around. There. Yeah, that's all fine. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Again, less talking, more desoldering. Next one. This one. Who is that? Guy left the hair, huh? Oh, that already looks mostly okay. Yes, that already looks mostly okay. With this one. So let's say, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Okay. Oh. It's just approved by eyesight. Yeah, looks good. Right. Nice. Okay. Last one. Here. Okay, 1 second. This needs a specific tool. That's this one here. Okay, we're running into slight trouble with this one. Let's do this again. Okay. Yep, slight trouble. Let's do this again. Boop. Better. VTB1. Doesn't matter. Let's do this. One second. What's this here? More hair. Alright. Let's say. Yeah, like this again. That's a good position. There. Yeah, that's what I don't want to do, because I don't want to damage the, like even the top of the chip, which I just did. I hit it. Fuck that. Anyways, I need to be careful with these. Yeah, come on. It's coming. There we go. Let's have a look if we damaged something. Yes, we did. As I told you, there was one VTB1. We damaged something. Is that a problem? Nope, it's not. 1 second. One is damaged. So, let's see the damage first before I fix it. It's not really a damage that will fuck me up, but it is one little thing that I caused. Okay, so there. And you can already see it. Yeah, let me do this and then there. So there. Ta-da! Right? Yeah. The ring came off. Now, let's have a look at these three rings here. Ring, ring, ring. Here's a ring that's connected to something. These are not. These tend to come off easier. So, if you have a bitchy piece of hardware and you're taking it out with a hot air gun, then something like that can happen if this is not connected to something, because the connections are stabilizing the rings. These are just rings that are left over where you solder something onto. So let's fix this quickly by just pressing it down, basically. It's just a little copper ring. So, alright, and then let's have a look at the chips. Whoa, whoa, what happened here? Whoa. Oh, the chip got hot and there was some hot glue on the... Alright, whatever. Okay, so let's fix this by pressing it down. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because you can press it down like that again, and we're putting a socket in. So after the socket is in, none of this matters anymore. As long as the socket is connected, you can plug chips in and out as much as you like. Fuck any of that. So I'm using this to suck free the rest of the solder from the top a little bit. So this is done. This is already okay. Yeah, all of them are okay. So let's put the sockets in. Oh no, wait a second. We need to have a look at the chips. Chips next. So put this to the side. So these chips have leftovers. Just wanna let's do it like this. Well, yeah, if you try to be fast, this always happens. So if there's leftover solder, you basically tin it up and down and just keep it there. You don't need to remove that. But yeah, this is already alright. I think I already did that. This looks good. Yeah, this one has more. Let's have a look at the other side. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Chip. Yeah, there was some bullshit on there. Okay. Yeah. Alright. So let's put sockets in. So sockets first, and then we can select what goes where. So wait, there was another trip. Socket, all of the sockets. There we go. Alright. Ha! For this one I don't need to buy another soft tech. That's cool, because two of them have a different type of soft tech in there. And one of them, the one that actually came modded, already has this type of soft tech in there. But now here comes the point. These tubes you buy in pair, so they are matched pairs basically, because else you will have a little bit of trouble with them. Maybe. I mean, in the end, it's analog. It's all a little different. So you live with that, and you kind of also, you know, you love it in a way. So that's what you do here. So wait a sec. Let's fucking talking. Let's do this. All right. So, but now for this, we're not using this type of solder. We are using something else. Oh, where's my electronic load? What is it? We can try this one. This one is okay. Oh, was it? Not sure. Nah, let's use the fucking electronic load here. Yes, this stuff. Alright, there we go. So what I do with this is basically, so you need to hold this thing in position, right? So you plug it in already in the right direction. So this way is where the little bump goes, and then you hold this, hold it tight. Maybe even do this a little bit and put it onto one of these. There. No, not this. There. So now you have this near. Right? So boom. Now you can just solder the other ones. There, it's already in position. So let's put some flux onto everything. The rest just simple contact soldering, basically. I always give them a little like jolt afterwards, because I want the solder to flow through. It's also good if you put in flux. That's why you press in flux a little bit through the socket, so it, you know, the solder goes through. Solder moves where flux goes. So right. So first one, that's in. Next one. There we go. Same spiel. Put some flux on. So there we go. Oop. Put this near where you're working. Done, in position. Wait. Yeah, I'm trying to do it fast, so. Cleaning up is gonna be tomorrow. Alright, so. Done. direction. Again, apply some flux. Move it into position. Position. Hover. There. More flux. Wait a second, let me have a look. Does that sit correctly? Looks good. Alright. And there we go again. Yep. Last one. Like this. If you're careful, you can also move this around a little bit. You know, it's fine. Okay, there. But you know, if you take the solder off here and you're like, whoop, it just goes somewhere. I mean, you won't find it again. Yeah, yeah. Let's do this. Right. Beep, beep, beep. Then I quickly need my phone because I have somewhere noted down where the chips need to go. And then we can just plug in the chips, close up the unit, and be done with it. That's basically it. Yeah. That's the mod. And now you can like try out a lot of these chips. You know, there's 5,000 operational amplifiers. The unit that we're using is, you know, there's cheap models, there's models from all sorts of manufacturers. The Burr Brown stuff nowadays is done by Texas Instruments. These are the 10 euro chips that I talked about. Always give it a little bit so it flows through onto the socket and like really connects everything. Because here you don't need to solder in a way where you think like, hey shit, I'm gonna take this out in half a year again, and now let me put on the solder in a way so I don't fuck it up in half a year, and so on, right? So that's all of the chips. Now let's clean this stuff. We're done. We're done soldering. Hopefully. It could be. If some chip doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And normally, if you feel like, I don't know if I can get these correctly, you know, and I might cause problems and stuff like that. So, no, wait, that was the wrong one. I want to just get this stuff back into it. Yeah. Demonstration videos for educational purposes. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, where were we? Here. So, this goes away. This flux flux on that. Let's get a bunch of these. More. And some of this. It's always messy to clean this up. I need something better than this stuff here, but you know. Yeah. So this is some sort of isopropanol. And then there it already fucks around. So yeah, I hate that. This is always a mess here. It's easy for the parts where there's no contacts, but no, wait a second. Let's maybe adjust them ahead of time. Yeah, I might do most of this off stream because I really want to get it clean, but this is already annoying the shit out of me. let's get the like immediate flux off here. So this is done for. There's a bunch. Now wait a second. Up, next one. Let's put that on here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, that's okay. This is still a bit messy. Yeah, I'm also soldering quite hot, so I'm leaving a bit of burn marks here. But that doesn't really matter because the method has not destroyed mostly anything here. So fuck those little burn marks. Yeah, there. Okay, so next one. Looks okay. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's have a look again. Yeah, that's okay. There's still a bit of flux left, especially here. Come on, there. Wait a second. Ooh. Come on. There. That looks better now. Yeah. This is still a bit messy. Better. Let's see. Yep, good. Also messy. Yeah, we're getting there. You know, and the next professional has some kind of cleaning machine and, you know, throws the board just in and is like, yeah, whatever. Something. I don't know. You know, there's I guess for everything that I do, there's a better version. Alright. Yeah, a bit. Alright. So 1 second, I'm getting beeped at. Let me clean that first, and then I need to have a quick look. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there here. Map. Come off. Yeah, it should be enough. As soon as this is dry, you won't see much. You will see a bit of discoloration. So 1 second, I need to have a look at my phone. so this can go into the trash. Wait, which one was? Okay, so these are still okay. No, this one isn't. Alright, so these are still okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look where we put in. I mean, actually, let's put in two OPAs because we already know how these, where these go in. Because that I know out of my head. I just don't know which is which of these, basically. But okay, let's have a look. So, 1 second. Okay, so you are a Bourbon. So, no, sorry. This one goes in here. One. Next one. Nope. This is another Bourbon. Beep beep. So, and now I need to look where what goes in. So I think it's this one. No, that's a Bourbon. That's a Bourbon. So it's these two, and these two go into a fancy case again. All right. Okay. So there goes what? So I have that in my notes. Where is it? Here. Okay. Here. So U1 and U6 both get the OPAs. And then JSC2114 gets the 833N. That's U5. 833N to U5. That's not it. N U5, that's back here. Now, here comes the thing. They don't sit well. What you want to do is basically, because these are made to go into like the board, but sockets are a little narrower, so you bend them a little bit, just a tiny bit. And be careful so there's no weird bending going on. So wait a second. Nope, the other way around. So dot always where the like half circle marking is, and also the white there. There we go. Wait, I didn't like that. Yeah, there. Okay, that's better. And then the last one, same problem. So, and in you go. There we go. So let's take this to the side, because this is metal. I'm gonna put this here and this to the side, because we can already try out. Let's take this off here. Also I can turn off this stuff. Or maybe I shouldn't. Because you never know, actually. You never know. Don't. I'm feeling very self-confident here. Beep beep. Okay, let's do this. Where was the here? Yes I have. 1 second, where's my doesn't matter. Or maybe no, I haven't. But maybe the guy that modded this did touch. I mean these are not really getting that much heat. But as we have seen, the modded version gets more heat, right? And that's why we basically had the little feet in between at the beginning here. That's why we needed to take them off and need to put them back into position. So let's do this. Wait, 1 second. Just want to make sure that there's nothing. No, wait, I don't like this because there's solder on here, and you need to be careful a little bit. So let's do it like this. That looks good. See? There's already the little blip when I punch in the phantom power, and that gives me confidence that this unit works because it does that. All of them do that. If you punch in phantom power, it gives you a little boop. So I think we succeeded in this mod. So let's put it back together. 1 second. I think there was request for food ordering. Yes. Ah, it's fine. Alright. Okay. So let's put it back together. Yes. So this goes in like this. What you want to do is basically you want to do this first, because sometimes these LEDs are a little bent. So hey, another thing, just as a little tip, another thing that would potentially happen. 1 second. No, that's just dirty. Okay. Another thing that would potentially happen if the, one of the op amps is not powered correctly, or is not connected correctly, or has some kind of problems, as long as it's like at least powered, but maybe wrongly powered. I've seen op amps doing like click noises, and you would see them on this here. So that could be an indication that you maybe put in a socket in the wrong way, or the op amp in the wrong way. I mean, for the socket it really doesn't matter if you like turn them, but the chip needs to be in the right direction, right? So, but it looks good. It looks good. Obviously, I have to test it. Maybe I have to open it again and put a little bit heat on one of the contacts, maybe more flux, so it flows through. But I think I already did it correctly. All right. So next thing, let's get stuff out of the way. I didn't like that. That was here. Okay. And also, once again, ha! Found it. That was what we were missing earlier. So let's see if everything is still here. 1, 2, one side. 2, think I'm missing one. There's always something missing. It might be on the ground. So let's close it up anyways, and maybe glue in the little things in the end. So the first thing you want to do is basically put these in, and maybe I can find the screw somewhere. But I'm gonna do that off stream. Potentially I might have to look for it. Anyways, doesn't matter. So first things first. This also needs this socket here. Oop. Right. So let's put in one of these. Kaboom. Right. Kaboom. Already screw them on a little bit. Just stuff is in position already, and you don't have to fuck around with it. Because you can see how tactile I am, and it's one of my many issues that I have. I don't care. So always this side, then the middle, so you have stuff in position, right? Let's do one. Now this is annoying me, but anyways. Okay. I'll find it eventually. It might be down there somewhere. So dip. Right. So now here comes a little secret. One of them I fucked up by just being a little too tactile. So you screw them on, and at the point where you feel resistance, stop. That's already fine. Don't like, because if you do that, you might break them actually. Because these potentiometers, you can break off the like the screwy part here. So that happened, and what I did was basically put a bit of solder on it, and then it was okay again, but I had to fuck around with that a little bit. Okay, so that's already enough. No, wait, this was the other side. There, already enough. It's fine. All good, all good. We all need to be nice poo-poos, right? So, okay. Dip. No. Okay. This one wants to bend a little bit. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Then you need to like, because this could sit like this, you need to push it a little bit and push it back. So, right? But you want to screw these in first, so whatever pressure you put onto this to get it in doesn't go onto the board, because you already screwed this in and it goes onto the metal case. So, alright. So first things first. Oop, up. Hey, wait a second. That's dirt. Okay. No, this one. Here being difficult. Right, what's going on here? Let's put it somewhere else. Oh no, sorry. That was me being dumb. These ones go into the back. Right. So That's why manufacturers basically do different screws here and there. Because there's lunatics like me who might feel like, oh, this could go in here. Whatever. So. So basically this one is missing right now. Missing in action. And these go into the sides, yes. Yeah, I remember that. So you can't basically you angle stuff here a little bit, and you need to be careful when to put in which screw and when to tighten them up to really get this angled rightly. Now this side is done and this can be screwed in. Yeah, that's fine. That won't be a problem. Yes, yes. So, you know, set them to 0 point, then take the white thing and angle to 0. And see if that's fine, yeah. That looks okay. There. Yeah. Input metering, output metering. Check this again. I have the feeling I have to open these again because I think the pots are crackling. You just put in a bit of dioxide and do this basically, and then you don't have that problem anymore. But that's fine. So 1 second, I'm gonna grab quickly a mic. Wrong cable, but maybe. Let's see. Ah yeah, okay. So that's you're switching to line in basically, right? So generally that seems to work. You can also. Where's the other cable? right now recording with this. It's just up here. And these are condenser microphones. So obviously they need a phantom power. So let's also test this quickly. Yeah, that looks good. So this dials from tube on this side to plain op amp on the other. I mean, the op amp is obviously always there because stuff played, right? So yeah. Yeah, okay. So that looks good. Polarity switch is also fine. And now it should go down. Yeah, that's phantom power. That looks perfectly fine. That looks like we succeeded. I obviously have to test it, but just as a very quick test, this should be enough for now. So that was all. If there's questions, I'm gonna answer them. I will not answer where I find the last screw. So yeah, whatever. But anyways, so that was a little quick modding session on a Saturday afternoon with a already modded, but not up to my standards modded, little preamp. And we harvested, yes, beep beep beep. So these are the, oh, well, if we're doing this, we're doing it completely. So I'm not gonna put these feet onto this thing again, because what the hell. Let's put some new feet onto them. Yeah, whatever. This, and this. Yes, and normally, you know, let's clean it, but whatever. I mean, if we do this on live stream and I just mod shit, yeah, that looks good. So these are gonna go. One is already missing. It went with the screw. So it's free, right? Yeah. Those are actually not bad. I just need a new layer of glue. There's like little glue pads that you can put onto shit like this. But I don't have that. That's why I'm gonna do this basically. Alright, so there we go. That's for this video, I guess. We now have a hopefully very nice sounding preamp that we can use for whatever noise we want to put through this. So there we go. Again, if you have questions, just ask me. I'm here. Alright, so thank you. That's it.